Hi everyone! Today is a very special day because we are talking about present perfect. I know that a lot of students are a bit afraid of this tense because they believe that it is extremely difficult, but actually it's not that bad. It's not that difficult. If you listen carefully, I'm sure you all get it. So, first of all, the formula. We do need to remember formulas, right? We do need to remember how to build the sentences in order to talk. So, first of all, we have our subject as usual. So, somebody who does something, somebody who acts, somebody who does the activity that is described in our verb. So to our subject, we always add have or has, depending on our subject. Of course, has is used with he, she, it, and have is used with everything else. So, and then our verb uses the third column this time, not the second one as in past simple, but the third one, or ed if the word is irregular. For instance, I have cleaned my boots, or I have bought some ice cream. So if you still haven't learned the irregular table of at least 100 words, I strongly encourage you to. I really want you to sit there and learn it. There are a lot of ways to do that easily these days, either through the websites or apps. You can just Google irregular words table, learn, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of helpful resources. So that's our affirmative sentence or our positive sentence. And then to build the negative sentence, we use everything the same, basically subject, have or has, plus not, or plus the verb with ed or of the third column. But now in present perfect, there is not only one way to build a negative sentence, there is something else we can use. And this something is the word never. So we can either say, I have not done that before. Done is the third column of the word do. Or we can say, I have never done that. Just remember, if we use never, it means that we cannot use not anymore. We cannot say, I haven't never eaten that. We have to say, I have never eaten that, or I haven't eaten that. But we don't combine them. It has to be either not or never. So in order to build the question, we use our auxiliaries and move them in the beginning of the sentence. And our auxiliaries in this sense are have, has, and then there is our subject and the verb. The verb stays the same. I want you to notice that it's always with ed or third column in all the options of the sentences, in the negatives and in the questions. Because in past simple, for instance, when we used auxiliaries in the sentence, then we removed ed or the second column from the verb. But here it doesn't happen like that because our auxiliaries are always in the sentence. They do not go anywhere, even in affirmative sentences, right? So we always use them in the sentence, and we always use our verb with ed or of third column. So now, I hope that's understandable with the structure. I will give you also some examples so you can understand how to build the sentences themselves. For instance, I have seen you. Remember that we don't translate have, it's just an auxiliary. It just helps us to build the tense and it cannot be translated. And the negative, we can either say I haven't seen you, or we can say I have never seen you. But of course they do not mean the same. This one means that I just haven't seen you. It could be like these days or this month, but if we say I have never seen you, it means that I have never seen you, right, before. And the question, have I seen you? So that's about the structure. I hope it's understandable. I hope it's clear. With he, she, it, it's the same, but instead of have, we have has. She has seen you, she hasn't seen you, she has never seen you, and has she seen you. Now the usage. the most interesting part. So remember, present perfect simple is everything about the connection between past and present. That's the most important thing about it. That's something that we have to remember, that there is a connection between past and present. It can be different, but it's always there. So, for instance, there are three main cases that we are going to look at when we use present perfect today. So the first one is the action that started in the past and is still happening. It's very easy. I have lived in Germany for 5 years. So let's imagine that 5 years ago, that was 5 years ago, I moved to Germany, and since that time I have lived in Germany. So I'm now standing right there, and something that started in the past right here, I started living in Germany 5 years ago, and it is still happening nowadays. So we show that the process is still continuing, that it didn't just stop. Because, for instance, past simple is about something that started and finished in the past, right? So it has nothing to do with present anymore. If we just wanted to say it in present, then we only focus on the present. If I can say that I live in Germany, but I cannot say I live in Germany for 5 years, because by saying I live in Germany, by using present simple, present part, I only focus at the present state, and it has nothing to do with the past. I cannot talk about the past by using present simple, right? So we need something that will combine present with past, and this something is our present perfect. So I want to give you one practical example now to think about. So let's imagine that you really like somebody, you really like this person, and he or she says, I am married. So that's a big problem for you, because it means that there is no chance, right? Because they focus on present, they focus on the present tense, and they say that now, these days, as of now, they are married. If now they say I have been married, it's also sad. It means that they have been married. They will probably say 4-5 years, for instance. So it's still bad, right? It's still pretty bad, because it still means that there is no chance for you, because present perfect combines the past with present. So it means that they were married in the past and they are still married. But if they say I was married, that's completely fine for you, right? I mean, maybe not for all of you, but still, it means that now he's not married. So the main difference between present perfect and past simple is that in past simple something is ended, something is finished, and it has nothing to do with present. Whereas present perfect shows us that something is still relevant for today. So now that's the first one. Remember, something that started in the past and is still happening right now. So the second case when we use present perfect. So the second case is when something that happened in the past has a visible result in present. For instance, my sister has broken a glass. That's your sister. She is small. So she has broken a glass. That's a huge glass, but still. She did that 5 hours ago, right? Let's imagine that it was 5 hours ago. But now you are standing in the kitchen and you can see the glass and you can see that it is broken. So something happened in the past, but it has a visible result in the present. So we still have the connection of the past and present, because it now matters too, because we can see something that happened in the past. We can see its result. So we'll say my sister has broken a glass. There is also something important about that. If we now add a specific time when it was done, we cannot use present perfect. Remember, when we talk about a specific time of something, then it's past simple. So we cannot say my sister has broken a glass yesterday, but we can say my sister broke a glass yesterday. Even if we see the result of it right now, but we want to say that it happened yesterday, then we cannot use present perfect. Then we will just say it in past simple. Why? Because as I said, we use past simple for something that started and finished in the past. And by mentioning that it happened yesterday, you show the person that the thing was done in the past and it has nothing to do with present, even though that you can still say it. By adding that word, by adding that specific time, you lost your chance to use present perfect. Remember that, please. So now let's imagine the practical situation again. I meet my friend and I want to share some news with her. So I go, oh my god, you won't believe it, I've broken my phone. I used present perfect because first, I haven't mentioned the specific time, and second, I didn't add any details. I just shared this with her, I shared this information, and it's very usual that we use present perfect when we share some news without any further detail, especially without any time that was mentioned. So, and then when she asks, oh my god, when? I go, oh, yesterday, I did it yesterday. So then I use past simple. And every time then when we talk about something about that in details, I use past simple because it's easier, right? We all try to make it easier in English. So we can start with present perfect when sharing some news, but then going into details, I'll just use past simple. So, but again, remember, something that happened in the past with a visible result in the present is present perfect. So let's imagine the situation that you visit your grandparents, right? And their kitchen is suddenly red, not green as it used to be. So you go, oh, have you painted the room? You ask it in present perfect. You ask it, have you painted the room or the walls of the room, right? So you do that in present perfect because you can see the result of something that they did in the past. You can see that they painted the walls, right? Even though it happened in the past, but you can see it. You can see its result. That's why I use present perfect. There is connection between present and past. And the third case, life experiences. I have seen this movie twice, especially when we add an amount of times that we did something. It's very common to use present perfect. I have seen this movie twice. I have been to the United States 3 times in my life. I have tried skiing once. I have read this book 24 times, and so on. Now, why do we use present perfect while talking about life experiences? Let's imagine that that's your life. And you are standing here right now, that's now. And you want to say that you did something before in your life, you want to share something that happened to you as an experience, especially with times, and you say, I have seen this movie twice, right? So it happened once and it happened the second time. But we can't really say it in past simple. Why? Because past simple is about something that started and finished in the past. So, talking about your life experience, it's your life, it's not over. Your life is still continuing, right? You're not dead, you're alive. So it may happen in the future that you watch this movie again and again and again, and it can continue. So by using it in present perfect, you show that it's not over, it's not finished in the past, right? It still has the chance to be added up, it still has the chance to develop, to progress, to get something. You have the chance to to get more of it, right? You have the chance to watch it again and again and blah blah blah. So basically, talking about your life, about something that happened in your life, it's good to use present perfect, but again, important not to use the specific time. If then you use the specific time, then of course it's about something that started and finished in the past. So for instance, if you say, I have seen this movie 2 days ago, right, then you cannot use present perfect, because it's not about your lifetime. It's now only about 2 days ago. You have seen it 2 days ago, and that's it, right? I mean, you will not watch it again 2 days ago. You can still watch it again in your lifetime, but now in this sentence you mentioned 2 days ago, and the focus is on 2 days ago. So you cannot say that you will watch it again 2 days ago. 2 days ago is already in the past. It started and finished in the past. So for this case, it's only past simple. The same is about somebody who's unfortunately already dead, somebody who's not alive anymore. So their life has already finished. So it's absolutely fine for us to use past simple. Why? Because it started and finished in the past. It has nothing to do with present. So talking about somebody who's not alive anymore, we can use just past simple, even if we talk about the amounts of times, even if we talk about life experiences. For instance, my great grandpa was in China 3 times. He cannot go there anymore. He cannot change the amount of it. So it has started and finished in the past. So it's only our past simple. So now the other thing to remember, the word go. If you want to say that you went somewhere and talk about it as about life experience, then you have 2 options. You can either say I have been, or you can say I have gone. So our go in third column is actually gone, right? Go, went, gone. And we can use it here. But not only that, we can also use been instead of gone. And that is a bit weird, right? It's a bit strange. Why? These 2 words in the same sentence have different meanings. If I say that I have been somewhere, like here, she has been to London, it means that she went to London and then came back. And now she's not there anymore. She has been there, which in Ukrainian would say "Вона побувала," right? So we replaced the word go with the word been to say побувала, basically, that she's not there anymore. She came back. But if I say that she has gone to London, it means that she went there and she is still there. She did not come back. That's our gone. It means that she didn't come back. She has gone to London. She's still in London. That's something that you have to remember. And in order for you to remember it better, to not confuse it, again, remember that our been is more like побувати, which already means that you are not there anymore, right? You just went there and came back. Also, again, remember about the specific time mentioned. If you mention the specific time, you cannot use present perfect, because you cannot go to London again in 2019, right? It only happened in 2019 and it already finished. It already has nothing to do with our present. And present perfect has everything to do with the connection between present and past. I want you to remember that. So, basically, that's it. I hope you understand everything. If not, don't be shy to reach out to me, and have a good day.